Hi there, today we're looking at a product by the name of Lead Intelligence. Now this is being released by Trevor McAfee and Jorge Villa on Tuesday, September the 7th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Warrior Plus. Now this software will help you and your customers build lists, profitable lists of quality leads very quickly. And the aim of the game is really to create high converting, highly engaging, intelligence-led lead funnels very quickly with no technical skills and no design skills needed. This channel is focused on giving helpful information to newbie marketers and those who are struggling a little to get their online business started. And you know as well as I do, the hardest part with all of this is getting that list, getting your email list built and finding different ways that really work to get your list built, and then use email marketing to talk to your list, to build that relationship with your list. Is this a product that is going to help you build that all-important list? This is what I'll be looking at today. Stay with me till the end and we'll look at different aspects of that. This is what the product looks like in the members area. Now if you haven't been to my channel before, please subscribe. Take a minute to ring the bell for future updates and give me a like. Now we're looking at the sales page, and what we can see is this is brand new cloud-based viral lead generation software, and it's going to build highly profitable and engaged email lists, generates leads, gathers customer data while simultaneously building your list. No technical skills, 100% beginner friendly, no additional cost. Let's see whether the members area actually meets these requirements and gives you what is being promised on the sales page. Let's go. This is the members area. The dashboard provides this screen that you can see now, and there is an introductory video from Trevor McAfee here. You've got step one, watch the new member webinar. Now I have booked for this webinar, but it seems to be about a week in the future, so I can't tell you exactly what that's about. It requires you to introduce yourself and say what your goals are and how you can be helped. And there is a Facebook community where you can actually talk to other folk who are doing the same things that you are. Right, training over here. Most importantly, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got 6 different areas of training here, and we'll go through each of those in a moment. This is a case study. There are tools through here with your quiz list and so forth. There's a done for you campaign list. There are integrations with an autoresponder. This is you, the user, and there's details of your profile here. There's the bonuses which are on offer when you purchase this product. The upgrades are here, and last but not least, there's quite a decent support page right here. Let's get stuck into the training. Now the first training video is why use quiz funnels and what are the benefits of using quiz funnels. This is a 7-minute video. It starts off by comparing a standard funnel with one where you use a quiz. The reason that you would move to using a quiz funnel is because there's something called the power of self-discovery, and you can in fact intrigue people to want to take a quiz because you can teach them something about themselves, or that's how they perceive it. So they want to take the quiz just to see if there's some little piece of information that they can self-discover. And this is why quizzes work so well. It does suggest that it says people don't like doing surveys because that's perceived as work. But if you compare that to a quiz, well, that's something quite different because you're doing something for yourself rather than doing it for somebody else. Now, this is the way a standard lead funnel would work. People will opt in. There'll be a bridge page which tries to warm up that relationship there, and it gives information about some product that hopefully that you would be able to warm up this subscriber and then move them across to an affiliate product that may in fact appeal to them and meet some need that they have perceived that they need a solution for. So that's sort of a standard process. Now the benefit of using a quiz funnel is it says that you can get cheap leads. And you get cheap leads because people become engaged, and when the results of a quiz are made known, oftentimes people like to share them around to family and friends or whoever, and they can in fact go viral. Cheap leads, you do get increased conversions because you've gone through this process of warming people up through the questions that you've asked them. You can then segment the numbers of people responding to these quizzes into different interest areas. So what you can in fact be doing is segmenting your group and targeting the type of product that you offer to them depending on what the answers are to the questions. So it suggests that you are in fact collecting valuable information that you wouldn't normally get from a normal opt-in page, because really a standard opt-in funnel, you would your name and email address and then move on from there. Now what this is showing us here is that someone chooses to take the quiz. This is not necessarily a name and email address. They move into question 1, question 2, question 3 perhaps in relation to some topic, and then as a result of that, to get the answers to those questions or the results, they're encouraged to opt in to give perhaps their name and email address here. They become a lead and then they're given the results page. Now in this scenario they're suggesting that in fact you've got a warmer relationship already created here because of this process that's gone through. You've opted in at a different stage with the email address. This then, the results page, can then be shared out to social media, wherever that social media is for the person that's doing it. And if you can segment the people who are responding and getting these results, you can in fact have an offer 1 and perhaps an offer 2, depending on the results of this survey. So basically this is the way in which they are suggesting that quiz funnels is a very good way to go in terms of getting leads, qualifying those leads, and having much more targeted leads that are warmer, and perhaps you'll get a higher conversion rate and you'll get more engagement. Moving on to video number 2. There's another 7-minute video delivered by Jorge, and it's just a quick overview of how the process works. Video number 3 is a walkthrough of the process, and it's more detailed. It's 11 minutes and 45 seconds, and it actually takes you from scratch through the whole process. And what it does do is show how these tools here are made up and how you can look at these different lists and so forth and how they work. Now for example, the quiz list, I have already added one of the done for you quizzes into here just to show you what it will look like. This particular quiz is entitled Send Proper Emails to Customers, and you can create 4 different questions to go with it, and having the done for you ones actually does help a lot in terms of putting this together and understanding how it works. We will have a look at this yellow button here. Lets you edit that quiz, and so you can see how it's actually structured. This is the name of the quiz. You give it a title. It's got a title left area, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. And then there's a button colors, and you can put a footer in, you can put a description in, and put a number of questions in. And what you start to see here when you look down is you can do 1, 2, 3 questions, and then if you want to put 4 questions and 5 questions, you've got to start upgrading to get those in there. What you start to find after a while is that there are all little limitations like this that lead you down the road of having to upgrade beyond the front end piece. So status active, show the branding, and in this particular one it's the branding for this product which you would like to turn off because it's blasted on the bottom there, and you can't turn it off unless you upgrade. You can ask for an email opt-in. Now you can do name and an email, only email on its own if you want to, but you can't turn it off. You've got to get an upgrade to use that one. Now you can hide your social links, and if you want to show them, you've got to get an upgrade. And then there's an opt-in title, get your results, and so forth and so forth, and then you can change that. Now if you go over to the right hand side here, you can choose a video background. This is sort of interesting because you can put any of these guys at the back of the quiz, and it adds a lot of interest because it superimposes the quiz over the top of these videos. Is choose a different YouTube video if you want, I mean an image if you don't want to use video, and here is a preview of what we've just looked at. It doesn't look terribly exciting, but it's only a preview because nothing's been rendered. But what it says now is, do you know how to send the best emails with affiliate offers to your customers? And you'll see that is in fact the title, and then we've got the description here. Do you consider yourself a newbie? And you can see you can put quite a few words in there, and that actually comes out over here. This is the image or the video that you input up here. It's time to know if you're doing things right, and that will come in here. That's your title left area, and this is your footer down here that says you will be able to check. There's the footer. You will be able to check where you are compared to other entrepreneurs is there. One thing that they don't necessarily talk about is where you actually see this preview. Now I'm guessing that this will be suggested that it should be posted to social media, so it catches people's eye when they're looking through Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, and they see this and they see the Do Quiz Now button, and they'll want to see what the answers to those questions are. Now as you can see, there are still 4 questions there, so we can come into each of these questions and edit those questions through here. Edit the quiz, you can delete it, and there are some extra features here that allow you to edit the logic. Now the logic sits in behind the questions. If you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 questions like this, you can give a score to the particular answers that are here. For example, if I look at this first one, okay, now that's question number 1. It says, do you have an email list of leads or buyers? Now you can change this wording. This is your answer, no way, and you give it a value of 0. Or you can say yes, and the list is less than 500 contacts, and you might want to give it a 50 points. And option 3 is yes, and it's way beyond 500 contacts, and you give it 100 points. Now these, you can put whatever values you want in here, but what you're doing is segregating the responses to someone who has none to someone who has more than 500. So conceivably what you can do when you start looking at the answers to these things is understand the depth of knowledge that your subscriber or the person who's doing the quiz has in relation to this particular topic. You can change the question here. So this is what we mean about the logic. So I'm back here, and you can do the same things for all these other questions. One of the features that's worthy of noting here is this particular button says edit logic. Now the logic is something that looks like this. Now if you're familiar with maths, you'll know what it is. If you're not too well acquainted with what that means, is that it's greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so if you get an answer that's greater than or equal to 0, you've got to the end. That's the end point. You can in fact edit that if you wish. Okay, so it says congratulations, you've arrived at the end. This is at the end of the quiz. If your score's less than 100, for what we just saw, it would you could only have 0, 50 or 100 is your answer anyway. And it says you need to take care of what you do with your list, so you're still in the very early stages of growing a list. And obviously if it's 100, then you've got more than 500, and you might want to do something different. So you might put a condition in there that says, is the number greater than or equal to, and you might put 50, in which case you've got the 100, and you know the rest are either 0 or 51 or the other. But you can put these in, and this is what the logic questions are. And I note with this particular one that you can only use 2 logic questions if you're using the very front end. This is where, because you're at the end of the quiz, you can in fact put your link in, you see, and this is your affiliate link for the product that you are thinking that this particular person, this might be a 0 or 50, this is someone who's got no list, no subscribers, or somebody that only has 50 subscribers. So you might choose whatever product, think that would in fact be the perfect product telling people about and think is a solution for their problem. That's the link, and there's the button. Certainly you in the front end of this you can put 2 products, and that's all. As you obviously upgrade, you can put more products in each of these quizzes. You can add pixels, for example, if you want to put it on Facebook, you can actually track how these things are going, and you can also link this to an asset, and what that means is you can link it to your autoresponder, and that allows you then to publish the links to finalize them. This is the lead list. This is where the leads that fill in your quiz and respond to the opt-in, their information will be kept here. Okay, and then you can just see what actions you can take. You can have a look at your leads, or you can do a CSV file and download them. There are some stats that are kept on those, and the done for you quizzes are already here, and you can see this is the one that I chose earlier, and you can see here there's 5 quizzes, and so you can see a lot of them. Make money online, how healthy are you, and as I said, it's easier to get ones that are done for you, at least to get you started. Now we've had a look at done for you quizzes and seen how they are operating. The done for you campaigns are not available if you've only got the front end, which is what we're looking at the moment. So you need to be able to upgrade to get any of the done for you campaigns. We'll look at those in the upgrades. Understanding logic is a 12-minute video, which is really just going into a lot of depth on the logic that I referred to earlier, and does explain a lot more about how the pieces fit together. The case studies. The case study here about knowing your audience is an interesting piece, and it really just goes into a lot of detail about looking at the types of questions and how they separate into different segmented groups, and how you can actually use different affiliate products for different groups of people. So the data in itself, it lends itself to knowing better what your audience is like, and that's what that video is about. There's also a case study done by Trevor to show how this can be used a bit further, and that's useful to see. We've looked at the tools briefly. The done for you campaigns, as I said, are not available in here because it says you need to upgrade. The integrations are referring to autoresponders, and the autoresponders that are catered for are GetResponse, Aweber and MailChimp at the moment. The user, that's me at the moment, the one's using it. There are some upgrades. The bonuses haven't shown up in here yet, and the upgrades are available. Now this is showing the front end here. This is where I've sort of been looking. You get 5 quiz funnels and 3 questions for each quiz, 2 destination ending links, and up to 500 leads. 5 done for your quiz templates, which we've already seen, and there's the integration, your custom tracking. You can share your quizzes on social media platforms, it says, but it didn't allow me when I had a look at it before, as you saw, so I'm not sure what that means. Basic analytics, and the thing about this is they do actually host all these quizzes and the pages that you need to create on their own servers, so you don't have to worry about that. Now if we move on to the upgrades themselves, there's a Pro, which is OTO1, Access Sales Page, and what you'll see directly underneath it is a downsell. So the Pro, the OTO1, gives you, and look at this at the same time because this will be a cheaper version of the Pro, so some of these pieces are removed in the light. So OTO1, unlimited quizzes, 5 questions for each quiz, 100 quizzes here, 5 questions for each quiz, 5 final destinations, same, 1000 leads is the same. This gives you 5 done for your quiz templates, which we've already seen. This one gives you 10 Okay, so that's the difference, and I think the rest of it is pretty much the same. So that's the difference between OTO 1 and the downsell. The done for you campaign, OTO 2, and the downsell 2. The only difference is there's 10 done for you affiliate campaigns here. And remember, we haven't even seen the campaigns, because this is, you must buy OTO 2 or the downsell of 2 to get any affiliate campaigns. There's 7 here, and you get a complete bonus page, a thank you page, and a bridge page, exclusive bonuses, and it's all the same for the rest of that. OTO 3, and it's got a downsell of 3. I'm not quite sure. The difference between them is a personal one-on-one call for 5 hours in the resale rights here. And then there's an inner circle trial and an inner circle OTO 4. Now this has got weekly training and update webinars, private Facebook group, monthly affiliate, and they sound the same, but this one I think is a $1 trial, just to give you a taste of what that's on offer there. White label rights, OTO 5, is the source code, so you can install this on your own hosting, so you become independent of their own servers. Complete sales page and upsell pages, tutorial videos, and support for 1 year. So they're the upgrades. So when I compared the sales page to the members area, basically I think there is pretty honest portrayal of the information given from the members area to the sales page. As you would expect, the sales page is a bit hypey in parts, but there's no sort of great overreach of promises that can't be delivered in the sales page. So I was reasonably comfortable with that linkage between the two. Now the pros of this product, we are looking at list building to try to build a long-term business, and that's a good start. There is no hosting or no website required to actually use this product. It does work towards getting engaged in subscribers in the way in which it's working, and that's good for warming up those subscribers. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is for any purpose. It doesn't seem to have any sort of limitations on the availability of that 30-day guarantee. The training is of good quality and it is easy to follow through, and it appears though the support looks to be pretty good as well, so I wouldn't be too concerned about any of those things. And you know, I do really think there is some solid support there, it would seem. Now the cons, you really would need an autoresponder if you were collecting leads, and I would certainly suggest you would need one, even though they say that you don't. Also, you would probably need to purchase some of the upgrades. Looking at the front end, it's a bit limited. Some of the limitations of the front end are problematic. I would be thinking you'd probably need to have about 5 questions rather than 3, and you certainly might want to get a done for you campaign, at least the OTO 2 or even the downsell would be probably necessary, so that could round out the picture for you. Now the only thing that could be quite difficult is if you have absolutely no people on your list at all and you're trying to build one from scratch, you might find this is a bit hard to get started. But and you know, trying to put one of those quiz sort of front thumbnails onto Facebook, for example, to attract attention may be difficult in the first instance, unless you've got yourself a YouTube channel or some other way to get that initial attention to start building your list. So my overall recommendation for this product is about a 7 out of 10. Building a list is very important for a newbie, and given that there is a minimum number of subscribers already on the list, then I would be suggesting that this would be a good product to get started, to try and increase the numbers of people on your list and to do it quickly. Engagement is important, and there is a way in which you can engage with your subscribers here, and that's a good thing. just take care with those upgrades, and don't go purchasing them all. Whatever you do, you would probably find OTO downsell number 2 would probably do the trick for you. Well, that's it. Come to the end of this video. I hope you found something useful in this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would be very appreciative if you did that. Ring the bell for future updates and give me a like. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.